Welcome you all in the lecture number 22 of Abstract Algebra MTL 6052. In this lecture we will going to discuss what is field and its example, what is maximal ideal and example, and prime ideal. Okay, now let us see what is field. An integral domain f plus dot is said to be field if every non-zero element possesses multiplicative inverse, right? An integral domain, we already know what is integral domain. Integral domain is satisfy three property: commutative ring, right? Sorry, a commutative ring, and second with unity, and third without zero divisor. Okay, if any algebraic structure R plus dot satisfy these three conditions 1, 2 and 3, then it is known as integral domain. Means integral domain is commutative ring, ring with unity and without zero divisor. Now come to the field. What is field? Field is an integral domain. Then automatically it is clear that a field satisfy all three conditions and one extra condition. What is that condition? Every non-zero element. See, every non-zero element. Okay, we are talking about non-zero element. Every non-zero element of F possesses multiplicative inverse, right? In F. For example, whether z plus dot is field. Okay, z plus dot is not field. Why? Since multiplicative inverse of 2 does not exist. Okay, so q plus dot is field. Yes, q plus dot is field. Since units of q is q star, it means every non-zero element possesses multiplicative inverse. R plus dot is field. Yes, since units of R is R star, means every non-zero element. What is q star? Q star is nothing but q minus 0, right? And units of q means all inverse of all elements of q. Okay, then ur is equal to r star. Ur equal to r star means r minus 0. Okay, that every non-zero element possesses multiplicative inverse. Then c plus dot is field. Since u of c means unit of c, unit of c means all those elements in c which possess multiplicative inverse, that is c stars. What is c star? C star is c minus 0. Okay, but zi plus dot is integral domain. See, it is not field. Why it is not field? Since units of zi is only 4 element. Okay, however zi containing infinite number of element. It containing infinite number of elements. Okay, now see, now so that q cross r is field or not. Okay, what is q cross r? Q cross is r is field, right? Since it is not integral domain. Why it is not integral domain? Consider two element 1 0 and 0 1 of q cross r. These two elements belong to q cross r. Okay, now product of these two elements 1 0 and 0 1, that is 0 0. Okay, and since we know that if ab equal to 0, this implies that either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0, right? Since this does not equal to 0 and this also does not equal to 0, therefore q cross r is not integral domain. Q cross r is not integral domain, so this is not field. Okay, since q cross r is not integral domain, hence it is not a field. Okay, Next, R cross 0 is filled or not? R cross 0 is filled or not? Okay. See, R cross 0 is filled. R cross 0 is integral domain, and we studied one result that units of R1 cross R2 dot so on cross Rn is equal to units of R1 into units of R2 dot so on into units of Rn. Okay, then what happened? Units of R cross 0 is equal to units of R. Units of R is R star. Okay, cross 0. R star cross 0 means what? This is the collection of all non-zero elements of R cross 0. Okay, means units of R cross 0 is R star cross 0, and R star cross 0 we know that it is the collection of all non-zero element of R cross 0. It means every non-zero element of R cross 0 possesses multiplicative inverse. Okay, so this is a field. Okay, if this is a field, in similar way we can prove that Q cross 0, C cross 0, R cross 0, 0, C cross 0, 0, these are also filled. Z5 is not filled. Why Z5 is not filled? Since Z5 is integral domain. Okay, sorry, Z5 is not integral domain. This is not integral domain. Since we already given one example in our previous lecture, 1 plus 2i multiplied by 1 plus 3i. What is this? This is 0, but this is not 0 and this is also not 0. So product of two non-zero element is 0. It means this Z5i is not integral domain. Okay, hence it is not a field. Now see one result. If F is field, then F has exactly two ideals. If F is field, then F has exactly two ideals, right? See, if F has field, then order of F must be greater than or equal to 2. Okay. Now, what is the ideal? Ideal of any ring, right? Ideal of any ring R is 0 and ring itself. Okay. And there are, it may be possible other ideals also, but there must be two ideal. One is 0 and one is R. Okay. It may be possible or there exist there exist many ideals other than these two. Okay, now see, consider I1, that is 0, is an ideal of F. Okay, this is an ideal. Now I2 is an ideal of F and I2 does not equal to 0. See, I2 is another ideal, but I2 is not 0, that is I2 does not equal to I1. If I2 does not equal to 0, this is not equal to 0, it means I2 containing a non-zero element. Say A belongs to I2, right? Since I2 is the subset of F, it means A belongs to F. But what is F? F is field. It means A inverse exists. Okay, A belongs to F. It means A inverse exists. But A belongs to F implies that A inverse belongs to F. If A belongs to I2 and A inverse belong to F, then by definition of ideal, AA inverse, this one belongs to I2. This implies that 1 belongs to I2. Okay, and if 1 belongs to I2, then I2 is nothing but I2 is whole field. Okay, so if I2 does not equal to 0 and F is field, okay, I2 is not 0 and I2 is ideal of field F, then this is nothing but I2 is F. Okay, so one ideal is 0 and one ideal is F. So if F is field, the condition is necessary. No? F is field, then there exist only these two ideals, 0 and F, right? But what about the converse? What about the converse? If any structure or any ring have two ideals, then it is field? Not necessary, right? Later on we will see one examples related to Now see, what are the ideals of Q? R, ZP, C, R cross 0 cross 0, Q cross 0. Use above result. What is Q? Q is field. What is Q? Q is field. Then what is ideal of Q? That is 0 and Q by above result. What is R? R is field. So what is ideal of R? That is 0 and R. What is ideal of C? 0 and C. Ideal of ZP, 0 and ZP, right? What is ideal of Q cross 0? Ideal of Q cross 0 is 0 cross 0 and Q cross 0. Ideal of R cross 0 cross 0, 0 cross 0 cross 0. Ideal of this one is 0 cross 0 cross 0. One ideal is this and other ideal is 0. Okay. Why? Since this is field and above result says that if it is field then it has only two ideals. Okay. But what about those cases in which such structure is not filled? For example, what is Q cross R? How many ideals in Q cross R? See, Q cross R is not filled. Okay, this is not filled. Then one ideal is 0 cross 0. Okay, other ideal is Q cross R. Right? Since it is not filled, therefore it may be possible some other ideals exist. Right? Some other ideals exist. See, what is ideal of Q? 0 and Q. And what is ideal of R? 0 and R. Ideal of Q is 0 and Q. Ideal of R is 0 and R. Now taking Cartesian product of the product of these four means 0 cross 0, 0 cross R, Q cross 0 and Q cross R. Okay, these two are ideal. This is ideal and this one is ideal. But about 0 cross R and Q cross R we are not sure. So let us check whether the 0 cross R or Q and Q cross 0 is ideal or not. Okay, see, 0 cross R. What is the element of 0 cross R? Element of 0 cross R of this type, 0A. And what is R? R1, R2. Okay, X is 0A and what is R? R1, R2. Then what is Rx? Rx is R1, R2 into 0A. Then R1 into 0 is 0. R2 into A is R2A. Right? This belongs to 0 cross R. Right? Similarly, X dot R belongs to 0 cross R. It means 0 cross R is ideal. Okay, it means 0 cross R is ideal. Similarly, we can prove that Q cross 0 is also ideal. Q cross 0 is also ideal of R. So there are total 4 ideals of Q cross R. Ideals of Q cross R is, their ideals is 0 cross 0, 0 cross R, Q cross 0 and Q cross R. Okay, these are the 4 ideals of Q cross R. What are the ideals of R cross Z11 cross Q? That is 0. Ideals of R is 0 and R. Ideals of Z11 is 0 and Z11. Why? See, this is field. This Z11 is field since 11 is prime number. Q is field. So all these three are field. Therefore they have only two ideals, 0 and R, 0 and Z11, 0 and Q. Okay, so considering the product of these three in this way, 0 cross 0 cross 0, 0 cross 0 cross Q, 0 cross Z11 cross 0. Okay, in this way. So there are total 8 ideals. There are total 8 ideals of R cross Z11 cross Q. Okay. Now see, how many ideals of Z5 and Z10? What is Z5? Z5 is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Then this Z5 addition modulo 5 and multiplication modulo 5. It is filled. Okay. It is filled. It containing only two ideals, 0 and Z5. 0 and Z5 are only two ideals. What are the ideals of Z10? Ideals of Z10 are 0 and divisor of 10, that is 2Z10, 5Z10 and Z10. Okay. Then what is 2Z10? What is Z10? Z10 is 0, 1, 2 up to 9. What is 2Z10? 2Z10 is 2 into 0, 2 into 1, 2 into 2, 2 into 3, 2 into 4 and 2 into 5 is 10, that is 0. Okay, so this is 2Z10. 5Z10 is equal to 0, 1 into 5 and 5 into 2 is 10, that is 0, since operation is modulo 10 operation. Okay, this is 5Z10. So ideals of Z10 are 0, 2Z10, 5Z10 and Z10. Okay. Now this is the ideal of Z10 and this one is the ideal of Z5. Okay. So ideal of Z5 cross Z10 is 0 cross 0, 0 cross 2Z10, 0 cross 5Z10, 0 cross Z10 and Z5 cross 0, Z5 cross 2Z10, right, in this way. Now find the number of ideals of Z8 cross Z30. So ideal of Z8 are, right, how many ideals of Z8? See, ideal of Z8 is, there are 4 ideals. Which one? 0, Z8, 2Z8 and 4Z8. Okay, so these are 4 ideals. But how we can determine how many ideals? Consider the prime factorization of 8, that is 2 to the power 3. Then 3 plus 1 is the total number of ideals. What is the prime factorization of 30? 2 into 3 into 5. 2 to the power 1, 3 to the power 1, 5 to the power 1. Now consider the power 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1. That is 2 into 2 into 2, 8. So total 8 number of ideals of Z30 and 4 ideals of Z8. So total 32 ideals of Z8 cross Z30, that is 8 into 4. Okay. Next, if F has exactly 2 ideals, then it is filled, right? If F is filled, then it has only 2 ideals. Okay, that is 0 and F. No, that we already seen. But if F has exactly 2 ideals, then what is whether it is filled, right? See, consider F, right? F is equal to Z8, right? Consider one structure, 4Z8. What is 4Z8? 4Z8 is nothing but 0, 0 and 4. Okay, this 0, 4 is subring of Z8. Okay, and it has 2 ideals. This 0 and 4 has 2 ideals. one is 0 and what another one is 0 and 4. Okay, this has this has two ideals, only two ideals, but whether this is filled, right? This has two ideals, but this is filled. No, this is not filled, right? Where is multiplicative inverse of 4? Okay, so this is not filled. Then come to the next point, maximal ideal. Okay, what is maximal ideal? It is something analogy with the maximal normal subgroup. Okay, what is maximal ideal? Suppose R is ring. What is R? R is ring. In definition I have mentioned that it is commutative ring, but commutativity is not necessary. This commutativity is not necessary. Say R is ring and A is ideal of R. What is A? A is ideal of R. Then we say that A is maximal. When we say that A is maximal, we say A is maximal if there exists another ideal B such that A is subset of B and B is subset of R. Then A is maximal only if and only if A is equal to B or B equal to R. Okay, this A is maximal if A equal to B or B equal to R. Okay, see the definition. R is a ring, not necessarily commutative ring. R is a ring and ideal A of R is said to be maximal if there exists an ideal B of R such that A is subset of B is subset of R, then either A is equal to B or B equal to R. Then in this case A is said to be maximal. Next, how many maximal ideal of Z20? This is Z20. Okay, see, ideals of Z20 are 0, Z20, and in between 0 and Z20, 2Z20, 4Z20, 5Z20, 10Z20. Okay, so first one is 0, second one is 2Z20. What is 2Z20? Every element of Z20 multiplied by 2, that is 2 into 0, 2 into 1, 2 into 2, 2 into 3, dot so on, right? What is that? 18. Okay, up to 18. What is 4Z20? 4Z20 is 0, 4, 8, right, 12 and 16. What is 5Z20? 0, 5, 10, 15. What is 10Z20? That is 0, 10. Okay, and Z20. See, we call it I1. 2Z20 is I2. This one is I3. This one is I4. This one is I5. And this one is I6. Okay, we call it I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6. Okay, now see, these are the ideals of Z20. Okay, then which one is the maximal? See, I1 is maximal. If I1 is maximal, then this satisfies this condition, right? In place of A, write I1. I1 is subset of any other ideal B, right? You consider any one ideal. Suppose I2, I consider I2. You can take I3, I4, I5, whatever you want. But I1 is the subset of I2, yes. And it is subset of Z20. Okay. Now see, I1 is maximal if I1 is equal to I2. I1 is equal to any I2, means I1 is equal to I2? No, not I2. And I2 is equal to Z20? No, this is also not possible. So this is not equal to I2 and I2 does not equal to Z20. In this case, I1 is not maximal. Now come to the point I3 is come to the point I3. Okay. Now see, I3 is maximal or not? I3, if I3 is maximal, then in place of A, write I3. I3 is subset of which ideal? I2 is subset of Z20. If I3 is maximal, then I3 is equal to I2 or I2 is equal to Z20. So this is not possible. I2 does not equal to Z20 and I3 is the proper subset of I2 is also not equal. It means I3 is not maximal. So this is not maximal. This one is not maximal, right? And I6, this one is not maximal. Now come to the I5. Yeah. See I5. I5 is the subset of I4 is the subset of Z20. Whether the I5 is equal to I4? No. I4 is equal to Z20? No. Right? Then this I5 is also not maximal. Right? Then which one is maximal? 2Z2 is maximal and 5Z20 is maximal. So 2Z20 and 5Z20 is maximal. Right? Is maximal ideal of Z20. Okay. Now, what conclusion we can draw from here? See Z20. What is the divisors of Z20? Right? Divisors of Z20 is 1, 2, 4, 5, 10. Okay. These are the divisors of Z20. Now consider the prime divisors of Z20. That is 2 and 5. We not consider 1 since 1 is equal to Z20. So 2 and 5 is the prime divisors. Right? So number of maximal ideal of Zn is the number of prime divisors of n. Yeah. So how many prime divisors of Z20? There are 2 prime divisors, 2 and 5. Okay. Next. So that Mz is maximal ideal of Z. This Mz is maximal ideal of Z. But this is maximal if and only if M is prime number. Okay. If M is prime number, then it is maximal. Otherwise, it is not maximal. Right? See the solution. If M is equal to P, suppose this is the prime number. Okay. We are considering it is prime number. Then we have to show that Pz is prime. Right? See, we have to show that Pz is maximal. Sorry. M is equal to P, then we have to show that Pz is maximal. Suppose Pz is maximal, then Pz is Mz. Mz is subset of Z. Okay. See Mz or Nz, sorry, Nz. Okay. If Pz is subset of Nz, for example, suppose 6Z. 6Z is subset of 2Z and 2Z is subset of Z. Now, this 6 is divisible by 2. Similarly, if Pz is subset of Nz, then this N divides P. Okay. Then this N divides P. But we know that what is P? P is prime number. What are the divisors of prime number? Either 1 or P. So if N is equal to 1, then Nz is Z. If N is equal to P, then Nz is Pz. Okay. This is Pz. So Pz is maximal ideal. Okay. Next. If M does not equal to P, if m does not equal to p, then we have to show that mz is not maximal. Okay, mz is not maximal. So if m does not equal to p, m is not prime, then what are the different cases? This m is 0, this m is 1, and this m is a composite number. What is m? This is a composite number. Okay, if m is equal to 0, then 0. If m is equal to 1, then mz is equal to whole z. Yeah, this is 0, right? But 0 is not maximal. Okay. If m is equal to 1, then 1z, that is z. This is not maximal. For 0 not maximal, for 1 not maximal. For the composite number, see for the composite number. Okay. Any composite number can be written as product of, right, by using the fundamental theorem of algebra, it is the product of powers of prime numbers. Okay. For example, if we consider 1000, then this one is equal to 2 into 2 into 5 into 5, means this one is 100 into 10. What is 100? 100 is 2 into 2, 5 into 5. And what is 10? This is 2 into 5. Okay. So this one is 2 to the power 3, 5 to the power 3. Right. And say P1 to the power alpha 1, P2 to the power alpha 2. What is P1? P1 is 2. What is alpha 1? This is P1 is equal to 2, alpha 1 equal to 3, P2 is equal to 5, alpha 2 is equal to 3. Okay. Then if m is composite, then it can be written as product of powers of prime numbers, right? P1 alpha 1, P2 alpha 2, Pk alpha k. Since P1 divides m, this P1 divides m. In this case, mz is subset of P1z. Okay, mz is subset of P1z, and P1z is z, right? But mz does not equal to P1z. Yes, and P1z does not equal to z. So mz is not maximal, right? For the composite case, not maximal. M is equal to 1, not maximal, right? And m equal to 0, not maximal, right? Then from the above three cases, it is clear that mz is not maximal ideal. Okay. This mz is not maximal.